in terms of their own behaviour?
Yeah, let me first say that it's very positive that both clubs are cooperating. Ferran and Billy made a good statement, I think. It was really clear. So that's the second positive. I think, so I worked at Porto for 7 years. I worked at PSV Eindhoven for 5 years. And the rivalry between PSV, Feyenoord and Ajax was from a different level. The rivalry between Porto, Benfica and Sporting was from a different level. But the only reason why it's a rivalry, because the games matter, the games are decisive. So I really believe that we feel that in these games as well. As example, tomorrow is a decisive game, but we know that playing against City has this importance too. So, but with rivalry comes emotion. And that's good, because we need emotion from the stands. We need emotion for our players. We know we need to feel that these games matter in each second of the game. The only problem with emotion is when there's no respect, it becomes really harmful. And that can't happen. And it happened. But I think to start my answer, just to relate again to the start of my answer, was that I really think it's positive that both clubs are cooperating. That good statement. We know that. Oh, and I think because I name Benfica, I name Porto, I mean Feyenoord, PSV, Ajax. It's not specific to the clubs. It's a football problem. So, and that's really important as well. So it's good that both clubs are cooperating.
Look at the team news. I just wonder, is there any news on when Jota could be expected back yet? Also, any news on when Luis Diaz could be expected back yet? And what scope is there, if need be, to move in the transfer market in January to maybe bring in reinforcements in the forward areas, or even bolster the midfield areas as well?
Yeah. So this is the press room. It's not the boardroom. We discuss these things in the boardroom. And next time when Jurgen sits here, just ask him. He will be open. About Luis, yeah, I have to say no. We all know the impact he had on this team. It's not easy to come in and have an impact on this team, to take the team forward. He did. So it's for him, for the team, for him. It's really sad that it happened, and yeah, but he has this character, no, this smile and hard work, and he will take this time again to come back stronger. And if he can come back stronger, it will really help us. So sometimes, yeah, hopefully everything goes smooth and he will come back. Jota is in the time frame, so he was with us in Dubai. What's nice for a long-term injury that go out of this English weather or Kirkby weather, because that's even worse. Sunshine, be with the team. He was in all video meetings, and we had a lot, so he was always there. So that was good for the team as well. And but it's the same time frame. Yeah.
So no definite.
No. And about the transfer window, we always ready. We always prepared. If the right player, right moment, right feeling, we always prepared. So.
And just in terms of the players who come back from the World Cup, I just wonder who is ready now to go straight back into action, and how ready is the squad to return to domestic action in a game that we've kind of spoken about? I suppose a chance to lay down a mark.
That's new for us now. World Cup, middle of the season. A lot of the quality was very good. I think it was a winner in my opinion, but it gave us a chance to refresh. Not just refresh the players, because everybody gets some time off, the ones who played in the World Cup, but also the ones, of course, who were not involved. To give time to refresh our principles on the pitch. We don't have time in the season to really train. You have 3 days, the boys are recovering. You have to be spot on in your coaching, you have to be spot on in the type of session you put on. There's no march, you have to be right. So it's not that you can give them real problems to solve with football because the next day you're playing, and that's possible in these kind of settings. It is, so give them real problems to solve together in a way, and then we can correct them, the ones who don't move in a coordinated way or don't play through our principles. So that was a benefit for sure. The ones who played, yeah, they have rhythm. They needed some time off as well, because we all know playing for your country is the most honorable thing I think there is in the football world. So it's nice for them to be able to do that. They made a lot of teams, a lot of people proud, the ones who played. So that was good. So they come back with a strong feeling. The ones who are already back, like Hendo, like Trent, like Ali, like Fabinho, you see that they take a good energy and good tempo with them, and confidence with them. So that's important. But we had honestly, a really good training camp in Dubai. The togetherness, the spirit, the hunger, the passion, the fight. You see that this team wants to be 100% motivated and we have to be 100% motivated for City, but. Not only City, but especially for the second phase of this season.
Pep, as far as Liverpool and Man City are concerned, and this competition, you know how well City and Liverpool have done previously, and have done it in the early stages of the competition with not the full strength sides.
Yeah.
This time, is it going to be slightly different because it's City early on in the competition? And because of the World Cup and the need to be fully at it for the second part of the Premier League season?
First, age is just a number for us, so that's really important to understand that we don't look to experience in that way. Let me say it like this. And if one thing this World Cup as well proves is that you need your whole squad. The teams who became successful needed the full squad. To put this in context, what I'm just said is that when we play League Cup, it's always in a very busy schedule. We play Champions League, Premier League, and we know we have to be top to win these games in these competitions. We cannot rest players, or we cannot. And then the League Cup comes in a time frame where we play every 3 days, and the boys have to be on their top to win games. So it's a perfect moment to use the full squad. Now it's a different situation, of course, because we have a long time off. The boys come back from the World Cup, and that's why I started with age is just a number. We still believe that we need to give our talents chances, not just against lower league opposition, but also against Premier League opposition, because we believe in them. And we want them to have challenges and difficulties and maybe struggle a little bit, because that only then you are improving the players. And my job, Jurgen's job, the club's job is in first place to improve our players and to improve the team. And that's what we always try to do, looking like that. Yeah.
But because it's Liverpool against Man City, it becomes a massive match. And the fans from both clubs will see it as a barometer for how the second part of the season is going to play out. Do you see it the same way?
Yeah, it's. I think it's never a boring game against them. It was never a boring game. We will put on both teams will put on a top show. That's for sure.
Yeah, and to see Liverpool and City going toe to toe, as we've seen in recent years, and some fabulous matches.
Yeah.
They can be quite a spectacle. City, a great team at the best, and you must be really proud of what you think Liverpool can achieve.
Yeah, we know against them we need to be 100% concentrated on the things we have to do. We need to be really difficult to play against. We need to be really good and efficient in the moments we have the ball. So we will try, and they will try. It's a strange situation. It's a strange situation being coming back from a World Cup and having this fixture straight. That's for them and for us. But what I said, we will try, and the team's already proved in the past, whoever players are on the pitch, that they will make it a top show.
Yours? James?
Just as on the World Cup as a whole, what impressed you most tactically? Are there any particular surprises for you? Or?
Yeah, a lot of things. I enjoyed it a lot. So first of all, I think the World Cup proved that the teams who are more collective, were more team, were were the teams who were decisive in the last stages. It proved again that you don't need to be top in the group stage to become the winner in the end. It's always about the team who grows more, who has this, because a growing team is a dangerous team. I think Argentina is a prime example of these two things. I think tactically always you have to see the context, because the context of a knockout tournament over a short period of time is something completely different than a Premier League over a long period of time. So people misunderstand that when they always say, this system or the defensive style or the counter-attack or the offensive, whatever. A knockout stage is something completely different. And this is what I like about Argentina, is that they play to their strengths. Like, take for example, Rodrigo de Paul, who's like a sweeper behind Messi. Messi's on the inside, he goes to the outside. Messi's on the outside, he goes to the inside. They play to their strengths. They're Enzo and McAllister, how they manage midfield together with Rodrigo, but especially these two, how they balance each other. Messi, not to speak about. Oh, yeah, I said already before, if you see it from 5 meters, it's something we never saw. I never witnessed before, the speed. And he was decisive in each attack they had. He was the start of many attacks with Enzo, of course. But so again, they grew in the tournament. They didn't have a particularly good knockout stage, I think. So example, the Saudis' last line against Argentina stand out. The bravery, the way they defended the space behind them against the top side showed a lot. The midfield of Croatia with Brozovic, Modric and Kovacic, how they, Cruyff always said, if you dominate midfield, you will dominate the game. And how they are connected, always available, how they find the free spaces, how they know when to temporize or to speed up attacks. As a 3 being a 1, that midfield was. And an example, the efficiency of Holland. The one chance, one goal, that killer instinct. Just a few things. But I think the team who grew the most deserved to win. And I think the team who grew the most was Argentina in the tournament. So.
And in terms of your 7 players you had involved, is it just Darwin who could be involved at City tomorrow night, or any of the others been back long enough to also be in the mix?
Yeah, we have one more session to go, James. And today we will see how everybody is physically. How I said, the boys who came back earlier looked really good. But we know that they had a long time off, or long time, like 8-9 days. What they need, so what I said, this World Cup is an emotional roller coaster for a lot of them. Think about Virg or think about Fabinho and Alisson. So also, if you want to win the World Cup, you need a little bit luck. It's proven, and you need to be good in penalties. So, yeah.
It's a Youth Cup game.
I know, yeah.
Will Ben Delac be with the senior side? And can you speak a little bit about his progress, and do you see him as a sort of an option for the first team now?
So it's a very smart question, because if I say he's with Africa, he will not be with us. Yeah, I get that. But I love it anyway. Cheeky. No. Yesterday I walked off the pitch. We trained. The session was insane. It was really cool. And I walk off the pitch with Jurgen, and he doesn't whisper. He just says next to me, and he says, "Wow, Stefan and Bobby Clark, they play so mature. They play if they have 25 like this." And I say immediately, yeah, and Ben Doak. Can you imagine he was a signing? Like, if he would do this, what he's doing in this session, like, because you all see he's very quick, but if you are very quick and technical, that makes a really dangerous player. And he learns as well really quick, what's really nice to see, because sometimes you can be really quick, really good with your feet, but if you don't learn team, what I just said, you need good players, but the collective in the end makes you successful, so that has to... but he adapts really quickly to our style, and we are just really happy with 3 young signings. And then I have to make a compliment to Matt Newbury, because he is our academy scout and he brings these players in. And nobody hears about them before, and it's not announced as a big signing like everybody, blah, blah, blah. But the boys he brings in, it's not easy because the boy leaves Celtic, goes to a different part, Liverpool, or Stefan, who goes from Celta de Vigo to here. They leave their country, they leave their family, they come really young in our academy. So for the next ones who come, hopefully that helps as well, that we want to give these boys chances. And yeah, Ben is just, I like that combination of speed, mentality and technique, and he has all three. So.
Carl at the back.
Yeah.
When you talk about the rivalry between the two clubs earlier, about this game being decisive, I'm just wondering, will it be the first game back against City, and because the criticism the side had in the first part of the season, how much importance you put on one single game like this one?
No, it's a knockout game. So if you win, you go through. So of course it's decisive. And I answered the first question by saying how I think about what happened in the past. What I just want to what I want to say is that the two clubs are looking forward. They make a statement. They are cooperating together. So I think more you cannot do. How I say, rivalry, emotion, but with respect. And inside that, shout as loud as you can, be a real support, and both clubs can do that. So and that makes a top show of these games. And if we meet in Champions League, if we meet in League Cup, if we meet in Community Shields, we know that the best most of the best players are on the pitch of England, of the world. So yeah, of course you will see quality, and then two managers who have a real clear idea about the game, what always creates a proper shock. So I like a lot.
But also in terms of setting the tone for your team, it's obviously it's a restart for everyone, but for Liverpool it seems almost more important because of what happened, you know, the up and down earlier in the season.
Nah, yeah, what I said, we went to Dubai and we could refresh our ideas, refresh our principles. We could really train. We see it just as a new start, how we should see it. The boys are hungry, they are passionate, they want to show this on the pitch. You see that in each session. That's what we have to do. We know that we have to be committed to our way. We know that against City, there will be moments where you have to be really together, where it will not be easy. Anyway, all our boys have these experiences, so that's really good. It will be, how I said before, it will be a top show for sure.
Chris Baskin and Dave Danks.
According to you, this constant theme of getting back to what Liverpool's identity is during Dubai. Is there something particularly you've been focusing on then?
Yeah.
Just talk about that.
Yeah, moving together as a team. So when you lose the ball, you're always there. Being aggressive in the moment we don't have the ball, where we want to be different than all the other teams, especially when we're high up the pitch. The confidence and the conviction in our build-up, that we move together and that we can bring the ball out, the flexibility in this. So these things, what makes us us. Sometimes when things don't go well, you focus on, especially on these things, and maybe you lose some of the core strengths in these moments, but you have to focus on the other ones, otherwise it... how it looks now, listen, we just look forward to play football. If you see the World Cup, we want to play as well. So to go back to the last question, if it's City or somebody else, we just want to play, we want to show who we are, and most importantly, win football games, and that's what we're trying to do tomorrow.
It would sort of suggest that, you know, the time and what's been said to us, but it may actually come at a good time. It seems to be right.
I don't know. I think we were on our way back towards the end, to be honest. So sometimes I felt that for sure when we get momentum, it will be the World Cup. You have to take life how it is. You have to take a lot of things you just cannot change. You have to make the best out of what you can change, and that's what we always try to do. So we use this time. What was really helpful, not just to train the lungs, the legs, the heart, but also to work the eyes and the mind with video meetings. So we know that we still can be successful because there's many things to play for, and that's what we're going to try.
David, last one.
Have you talked there about the letter which got out to the fans about, you know, as you say, be emotional but show respect, but
Yeah.
is there an onus on the coaching staff as well to behave, you know, not to step over that line, which sometimes happens when the two teams meet?
Of course, but that's what I mean. Top sport is emotion. Top sport is going to edges. Top sport is seeing the line and you want to go over it, but you hold yourself. For us, it's impossible to be full emotional because the game is too quick for that. So if I'm emotional to one side, the ball is already on that side, and something, or Pep already changed something tactically, well, we have to be aware to counter or whatever. So I think the ones who control their emotions are always the ones who go furthest. So yeah, control your emotions. Don't let the emotions control you, basically. And we are an example now for our team. And that's what I liked about Argentina as well. They went down 2-0. They go to 2-2, and they were calm next to on the bench, on the pitch. You felt nothing had changed. They go in the last minute. They go, and how they went to the penalty shootout with complete control emotionally. Only maybe after not, but that's I think quite natural. You do things which maybe anyway.